excited about this fight. The first man we're going to be seeing is Tommy the Duke Morrison. Tonight he fights Dave Jaco. Jaco, much more experienced than him. He's been in there against some good opponents, but Morrison, the last time he fought a pretty good opponent with pretty good results.
20-year-old Tommy Morrison is 16-0 with 14 KOs in a sport where that kind of record doesn't ensure you're really a contender. So he keeps knocking people out to try and convince the cynics. Here, Jesse Shelby felt his wrath. Then former footballer Rick Ennis got starched early. This time, Tommy, himself a former high school football star, showed more than his vaunted left hook. After 2 knockdowns, when he got Ennis in trouble again, it would end. And tonight, he hopes for the same against Dave Jaco, who holds an early career win over Razor Ruddock.
Set to go now with a couple of heavyweights who can bring it, and here for the announcement is Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Jacksonville, Florida, where tonight here at the Jacksonville Veterans War Memorial Coliseum, Top Rank Incorporated and the undisputed, undefeated King of Beers, Budweiser, presents professional boxing for your entertainment. These bouts are governed by the rules and regulations of the Florida State Athletic Commission. The chairman is Richard Witkoff. Commissioners, Pat Cesarano, Morris Crady, Jimmy Resnick, and Nat Potamkin. The executive director is Don Hazelton. The 3 referees working on an alternating basis will be Brian Gary, Mike Boggs, and Telis Asamenios. The judges, also working on an alternating basis, will be Frank Skilbred, Jim Ellsworth, Al Lombardi, and Howard Reichbach. The timekeeper is Mark Skilbred, and counting for the knockdown seconds is David Swaney. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get things started with 6 rounds in the heavyweight division. The referee for this first bout is Brian Gary. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he's wearing the blue trunks with white trim and weighs an even 201 pounds. From Sarasota, Florida, he's a veteran of 37 professional bouts with 21 victories and 18 of those 21 victories by knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Dave Gentleman J. Jaco. And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with stars and stripes trim, he weighed in at an even 212 pounds. Fighting out of Kansas City, he's undefeated with a record of 16-0, 14 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, Tommy the Duke Morrison.
Okay, gentlemen, I'll be the 3rd man in the ring with you this evening. I'll be in charge of the bout at all times. I want you to obey my command to break, no pushing, no shoving on the brakes. Avoid the use of your heads, no rabbit punches, kidney punches, or punches below the belt. Protect yourself at all times, shake hands, come out boxing at the belt.
And there is a look at Tommy Morrison. He has been trying to stay as active as possible. He comes off, as you mentioned, a 1-round knockout over a former footballer, Rick Ennis. That was simply no contest. David Jaco, 21 wins and 16 losses, but of his 21 wins, 18 of them have been by knockouts, so you know that he's got some power.
Yeah, and I took this fight on ridiculously short notice. I mean, really short notice.
Yeah, I mean, he was sitting around the pool this morning, I think,
yeah.
wasn't he?
And it doesn't look like he's been in real hard training. Danny Sutton, the original opponent for Morrison, he's a lefty, and now have to face a right-hander.
There's a left hand. Jaco's down and probably out. What a huge shot. That's it.
Well, the Morrison left hook, which is a good one. First punch he threw. I guess we'll have to wait for a tabulation by our punch profile. Not really the first punch. What do you have, 3 for 6?
3 for 6,
it?
50%. Yeah. That's not bad. It's a high percentage rate.
And what did I say about not going to the refrigerator?
That's You didn't say anything about not blinking, though.
No, I didn't alert people to that.
Well, Tommy Morrison says that he needs some work, and he's not getting it here.
No, not from Jaco, who came in here, obviously, I mean, ill-prepared. I mean, there was a good left hook that Tommy Morrison hit him with, but, you know, I mean, that was the first good punch of the fight. We'll take a look at it here. the entire highlight reel from this bout.
In fact, it's a complete replay of the fight.
Yeah, it is just about. Morrison cranks up the left hook, and well, it landed right on the jaw. I'll tell you that much. It wasn't a bad shot.
Not a bad shot at all.
Take a wide left hook, but boy, it got in there, and it got in there with lots of force. Well, there it was. Now that still, though, in truth, was more of an arm punch than I think they want Tommy Morrison to throw. Jaco went down from it, but I mean, it's nitpicky when a guy knocks a guy out with one punch, but you look at that punch and you know they really wanted to turn that punch even better, but it certainly got the job done tonight.
All right, well, let's take a look at the total punches in the first round. Total might not be the exact choice of words there. And as you saw, Jaco very busy through 12 punches.
There it is. Not very busy.
Well, he made about $1.50 a punch, huh? What do you say? Let's go to the guy now who spent more time in the ring than either of the fighters, Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Brian Gary reaches the count of 10 at 37 seconds of the first round. The 10th time this young man has KO'd an opponent in the first round. His record now 17-0, 15 KOs. Tommy the Duke Morrison.
So Tommy Morrison takes all of 37 seconds to get David Jaco out of there. Beautiful left hand. Nothing more you could say about it than that. When we come back, we'll talk with the Duke.
Well, Tommy Morrison with yet another quick finish to a bout. And Tommy, before we even get into analyzing what you did here, I know you have a very special wish to send out there.
Yeah, I'd like to dedicate this fight to a friend of mine back in Kansas City that was in an automobile accident, is paralyzed. I'd like to say hello to Jeff, and I'd like to say happy birthday to my grandmother.
All right, well, that having been done, you have got to look at this again as yet another continuation of the left hook story of Tommy Morrison. You've been working hard on that punch. It's a good punch, and tonight it produced a victory in short order.
Well, first of all, I'd like to tip my hat to my opponent. He came to fight. He had to travel a long distance today. I'd like to thank you for coming down and giving me the opportunity to show my skills here on ESPN. I'd also, we were fortunate enough to get a film on the guy, and we kind of knew what to expect. So things kind of came together good for us tonight.
We didn't have much to expect because the first left hook sent him down. You are getting all these quick knockouts. You said earlier you wanted more work. Do you still want more work?
I think it'll all come online. I mean, as we move up in rounds, the competition will definitely get tougher, and that's something that we're looking forward to. But right now we're going step by step and trying to improve on fundamentals.
All right, let's take a look at that left hook, which was so effective for you. And as we take a look at it, guide us through it here.
Well, I noticed he was carrying he's a tall guy, and he tries to keep his hands between his opponent. And I noticed when the film that I did watch, he was fighting Tyson, he kept his hands a little low, and left hook is one of my better punches, so I knew it was just kind of a matter of time. I tried to go to the body, bring his hands down a little bit, and things kind of went the way they did.
You mentioned that he fought Tyson. You may end up facing a few guys that fought Mike Tyson early in their career. Does the comparison bother you? You're managed by the same gentleman, of course.
Being managed by a man like Bill Caton certainly opens a lot of doors for you. I think it's a little premature at this stage to compare me with anybody. I mean, I'm young. I still got to get bigger, faster, and stronger, and there's a lot of things we got to improve on. So we're just looking to improve with every outing.
All right. So yes, let's get a training report on you, John. What about not this fight, obviously, because it's just one punch. What do you see from Tommy that you're enjoying specifically that he's doing in the gym and putting into effect in some of these fights?
Well, he's staying low. We want to become less of a target, and he's being elusive and explosive. And if we put those three things together and continue improving in that area, he's going to be tough to beat. Right now, the schedule calls for his first 8-round fight will be on the Leonard Duran card, and we'll do about a year of 8-rounders after that. Then we'll move up to 10-rounders and take on the world. But we're talking about a 20-year-old kid. We're in no hurry. I know there are a lot of people back in Kansas City who want to know when he's going to fight Tyson. That's down the road, probably at least 2 years. We're not going to rush this young man. He's got a lot of developing to do, and we're going to give him time to do that.
All right. Well, fighting Mike Tyson, well, let's see. Let's talk to the gentleman who is the manager of Mike Tyson. There might be a little conflict of interest for you when they get down to that, but I'm sure you'll deal with that when you get to it.
That's it. It's over 2 years away, so there's no conflict at this time.
All right, Bill Caton, this young man, you've said, you've thrown a lot of adjectives his way. Do you actually believe that he is a young man that you said even that he would be one of the great heavyweights of all time? Do you still believe that?
Oh yes, I believe it. In the same formula as Jack Dempsey, who had a great left hook and was tough. Tommy has a great left hook and he's very tough.
All right, well, greatness may be down the road, but he certainly is an excellent fighter right now. Tommy, congratulations.